Good afternoon, it's Arlo Johnson from Vernon, British Columbia, August the 13th at 11 a.m. It's a warm day. It's saying we're going for heat dome of some kind. But anyway, the world carries on. Big forest fires in Maui, very bad, driving them right into the ocean. Lots of bad things going on. I don't want to talk about that right now. I want you to concentrate on something else. And that is, I'm going to harp about this, is the humongous future that is in front of the earth, race of people on this earth, is the closing out of this age and the beginning of what I usually say is the beginning of forever in a new, completely new world, in a new body, in a new everything. Okay, God says, I make all things new. Now, here's the thing that I want to talk about and kind of discuss a little. You realize this is not my idea. I have no ideas of my own, none. I want you to make sure about that. The business that God has laid out, Jesus Christ basically has laid it all out. And he is going to build it completely, redo the earth and redo everything. And then he says, once it's done, he turns it back over to his Father. Now, okay, what happens is this earthly age goes by, big Armageddon thing, armies blew up. And from what I can see, it's going to be the big trouble of the white race of this world. They're going to be Jacob's trouble. Anyway, the thing is that God, through Jesus Christ, closes it all out, runs it for 1,000. Jesus runs his planet for 1,000 years with the help of, looks to me, like the Israelites of this world. And then the end comes. Then the planet, he says, is going to be purified by fire. Bang, it's going to be all burnt to a crisp. The whole planet will be on fire, I would imagine. For how long? I have no idea. He also says that in the new world, there will be no sea, but there will be a river running out of the city of God. Now, when you just say the city of God, what? The city of God is from wherever you are, 1,500 miles straight ahead and 1,500 miles maybe to the left. And then you look up 1,500 miles high. How many stories is that? Anyway, you can figure that any way you like. That's bigger than most big countries. It's going to be bigger than Texas for sure, bigger than British Columbia, and most likely a good half of Alberta. It's bigger than France. It's from where you are 1,500 miles away. That you can figure that out yourself. That's one side. But the thing that also is something else is that when Jesus Christ has all this done, the city comes down, everything's done, and all the resurrected people they're in spiritual form, so they all come into the city, and then God descends from heaven or whatever it is, third heaven way up or whatever, he descends to the earth into this holy city. Now that means that the headquarters of the universe is here. And you will be living in the headquarters of the universe if you have done what Jesus Christ said. Remember that before anything happened, it was decided that he was going to die for you and me because we couldn't keep the law. And God's law is perfect, and God's law is holy, and therefore he can't break it, and the penalty for breaking it is death. So that's what you call a real law. You don't keep the law, you're done for. The thing that I don't know, I've just heard about it. I don't know if it's really true or not, but I've heard that being that God has chosen the earth as his headquarters, it's not the biggest planet in the universe, that's for sure. Mind you, it's a pretty big planet. Is because of its location in the universe. That is basically a kind of sitting in a window on the universe. That could be a true thing. I mean, if you had a headquarters, you would want it sort of like that. At least, I would think so. But anyway, all these things, I'll be 90 in April, and I'm looking for that. That's fine if that happens. But I'm looking more forward to this new city. I mean, really, there's nothing compared to that in the whole universe that I know of, or anybody knows about. And to be able to be a citizen of that country, universe, city, whatever, it's going to be quite a thing. And, it's really hard to imagine that you could be in a life form of some kind that doesn't require anything. It has life in it. It's spiritual life. It's fixed. It doesn't, I don't think it has to go to the bathroom. I don't know. I doubt it. And doesn't need to sleep, and there's no day, there's no night there. The light is on all the time. The light comes from Jesus Christ and from God the Father. The light emanates from them. That's the permanent light. So it doesn't need the sun or the moon or anything else. That'll be quite a difference. I mean, people are so used to, on this planet, I'll be going for lunch here in another 30 minutes. I've had breakfast at 7:15. I'm having lunch now at 12:15. And I'll come back at 4:45 and have supper again. And if I want, there's snacks in the hub, central kitchen. I can see a person getting pretty. I've gotten used to it already. I didn't used to eat 3 meals a day. No, and but what I'm saying is, nobody can tell me that you don't have something to look forward to. What could you have to look forward to that is greater than that promise? And it's a promise from somebody who I believe tells the truth about everything. He said, I am the truth, the life, and the way. Well, I believe that. I totally believe that. I didn't know what to believe for many, many years, but right now, since I've discovered this, and, it's sort of I can't say that I discovered it. I mean, I kind of sort of knew about it all my life when was a young kid growing up and then going to Sunday school and that, I guess in the back of my mind I kind of thought about things like that. Not that much, though. Then it's funny, as I got older in my teens and whatever, I didn't want to, I wanted to wild, running around doing stuff. And then later on, you kind of swing back into it again. And, it's it's pretty true what they say, that if you bring up a child in a way that when he's young, when he's old, he will revert back to it. And so the thing is, here's the deal in a nutshell. Here's what you should actually revolve in your mind over and over till it gets to be real. And that is, you have a future, unbelievable future. God offers it to everyone. Not everyone's going to take it because people are just plain stupid. And here's death and destruction on one hand, and on the other hand, life forever in a new body, spiritual body that will live forever and is perfect. Never have anything wrong with it. And you can explore the whole universe along with God your Father. I don't see how you can knock that. And I imagine, it's just like everything else. It takes some work and some study and some actual, but the biggest thing is to be humble. If you're not humble and ask for forgiveness, because nobody has been good enough to be accepted by God. God has to forgive you for everything. And count on the sacrifice that Jesus made on your behalf. And he will do that. And it's there. And you can get it. Anyway, don't pass it by. Don't give up a gift that you could never, ever, ever replace. In the meantime, 12 minutes is enough. Thanks for listening. Subscribe if you would. I'd appreciate that very, very much. In the meantime, I want to ask God to bless you and keep you. Thank you. Goodbye.